Greetings. In this devotion, we are going to look from Luke chapter 22, verse 31. So, in this chapter and in these verses, Jesus is talking to Peter, and we'll read Luke chapter 22, verse 31. The Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith should not fail, and when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. Isn't it amazing to hear from Jesus? Even before Peter betraying Jesus, Jesus comforts Peter about his betrayal and about how he will come back to Jesus, right? So in our Christian walk, we might fail here and there. We might be beaten left, right, and center, and we feel so sad and we feel so distant from God. We even feel indifference in our relationship with God. We do not go to God. But here is the amazing thing. In our Christian life, it's not always the high. It will always be high and low. And we should not be afraid of that. Right? We'll look at the story of Elijah. Elijah was a man of God. Elijah was a mighty man of God. Right? Elijah prayed that it should not rain, and it did not rain in 1 Kings chapter 17. He stood before the king and he proclaimed drought, and it did not rain. There was drought, right? And God told him to go to Brook Cherith. He spent time there as a nobody, and he ate from raven, right? He drank from the Brook Cherith, and he also multiplied the food of the widow, and he raised the widow's son from the dead. And he also brought fire from heaven. Isn't he amazing? This is the kind of person we see and think that, wow, this man is a mighty man. He will not fail, right? And we have this idea that when I follow God, it will always be me following God with a zeal, and I will not fail, right? But let's see what happened in the life of Elijah right after that. He brought fire from heaven and he destroyed that place. Elijah brought fire from heaven and he consumed the offering, right? And right after that, Ahab goes and tells Jezebel that what all happened, and Elijah got the prophets executed. Jezebel gives a threat to Elijah that she is going to kill Elijah, but she does not pursue Elijah, but she just gives a threat. But you know what Elijah says after that? Let's turn to 1 Kings and see what happened there. 1 Kings chapter 19. And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, also how he had executed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah saying, So let the gods do to me more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and ran for his life. Isn't he the Elijah brought fire from heaven? Isn't he the Elijah who brought the son from the dead? Isn't he the Elijah who multiplied the food? Isn't he the Elijah who prayed that it should not rain and it did not rain? Yes, it is the same Elijah who said all those things and who did all those things. But here he is scared of that threat and he is running for his life. And not only that, he was depressed and he said to God, It is enough now, Lord. Take my life, for I am no better than my fathers. Right here in this place, Elijah was broken and he says, Take my life, kill me, God, because I am no better. Right? But here, on the other hand, we see in Peter's case, Jesus is comforting Peter that the devil has asked for him, but do not worry, I am praying for you. Isn't it amazing? Today, in our lives, after we got saved, Jesus is interceding for us in heaven. Jesus is praying for us in heaven. So we should not be afraid of our failure, but rather, when we fail, let us shake the dust off our shoulders and we'll go back to God. God does not want us to distance ourselves from Him, but come right to Him after we fail. In Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17, it says, The righteous may fall 7 times, but he will get up again. Right? And when the prodigal son returned, the father came out running with his wide open arms. Right? God is right. God is right there with us. And when we turn back to God, God is right there with His wide open arms, so that we can go right back to God and we can have a relationship with God and we can have a victorious life with God. And that is the devotion today. Thank you so much.